Right guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. In this one I'm just going to be doing an overhaul on a disc brake road bike. So the bike's come in and I just thought I'd share with you, go around it, show you some of the faults with it and things like that, and just show you what I'm going to do and how to give it a service. So let's get into it. Right, so here's the bike in question. Just happens to be a Vitus Venium with a 105 hydraulic group set on it, as you can see. So we just give it a run through. I'll show you what some of the problems are. Right, so the levers look like they've been up against a few walls or down the road. The brakes almost touching, you can't even get your finger in there. It's almost touching the drop, so the brake is absolutely useless. Don't forget this bike is not even a year old. The rear brake feels a little bit better, not a lot. See there, it's got the 77E calipers on it, 105. Which will all need re-bleeding, etc. Especially that front one. So rear brake. Right, so I was just trying the rear derailleur there. And actually, believe it or not, it does work on all gears, even though, look at the state of it. Then what I was going to do was remove the chain, because that chain is going to be replaced anyway. But I was actually looking for the quick link in it to remove it, see if it had one. And it has actually got one there. You can almost barely see it for all the grease and grime on there. Right, so I've got the chain removed there, as you can see. Right, so here we have the cassette. So I thought I'd just give you a nice close-up of it, so you can check it out. Right, so I've just left it soaking for 10 minutes, as you can see. Look at the dirt in there. If I haven't touched it, all it is, that's just been soaking in there. So clean that out and then re-soak it again. Right, so that's got them out of the final soak there. You can see what they're like. So I'll take them out. I'll just place them down just to let them dry off. Right, so there's the cassette out. As you can see, I'll wait for it to evaporate, then I'll give it another clean. Right, 1, 2, 3. Right, so you can go ahead then, tap it and then just pull the axle out, like so. The rear body still on the axle. Just go ahead, pull that through, like so. Then you're left with the rear body and the axle in the middle. Then you can pull the rear body off if you need to replace it. You can slide that off the axle, like so. Right, so we got the disc removed now, and what you need to do then is you need a couple of 17mm spanners for this. So you can get away with a normal 17mm spanner on the free hub end, like so. That'll just go on there, easy, like so. But on the disc side, you'll need a much thinner spanner, a cone spanner, because a normal spanner won't go on there. So you've got 17, as you see, doesn't fit over here because it's still got the round metal end on it there, what clamps up in your frame, so that doesn't fit over it. So you need a cone spanner 17, and that fits in between. As you can see, it won't come off like that. So just get your 2 spanners on there, one on one side, one on the other, on the flats. So you're just going to hold the free hub side one, and I'm just going to undo this side, so anti-clockwise, and I'm just holding the other side, stop it turning. So just literally just undo it. Should come undone very easily. So you can just unscrew that. It's threaded on there, like so. Right, so you can go ahead then, tap it and then just pull the axle out, like so. The rear body still on the axle. Just go ahead, pull that through, like so. Then you're left with the rear body and the axle in the middle. Then you can pull the rear body off if you need to replace it. You can slide that off the axle, like so. Right, so I'll just remove the rear body from the rear wheel there. I've just put in some new bearings because, believe it or not, the bearings are seized up in the free hub already. So I'm just going to put those in, and then that'll be put back on the wheel. Right, so that's another job done. Just sorted out the wheel bearings, as you saw. Done the free hub bearings as well, so they're all refreshed in there. So I'll just go ahead and pop the disc back on. Right, so on the rear caliper here, on the 105 70/70, you can see there that screw is seized up. There you go. You can see all the corrosion on the pin, so I have to get all that cleaned up. Right, so I've just got the pin out, removed the pads, as you can see. Look at the corrosion in there. Just for anyone who thinks it's not a good idea to put any grease on anything. It's absolutely corroded. Unbelievable. Right, so that's got the pads all cleaned up, and the caliper in there, cleaned out all the dirt that was in there, the corrosion. So you go ahead, slot the pads back in, like so. And then what I'll do, I've got the pin cleaned up, so I'll go ahead and put a bit of grease on that this time and put it back in. Right, so I thought I'd just give you a close up of the chain. just to show you it. Right, so I'm going to time sort this front derailleur out. As you can see, the cable's all frayed, it's missing the cover, plastic cover over the pinch bolt, and it doesn't work for a start. If I just shift, like I showed before, if I try and shift up, it's doing absolutely nothing. It's just solid. So you can see there that it moves freely by hand. So there's nothing wrong with the actual derailleur, it's just the setup on it. Probably cable tension due to somebody trying it before by the looks of it. So I'll go ahead and get rid of that. Right, I've got a new cable running through out of the bottom bracket area. You can see, use a cable guide like this on the bottom there, and the only hole you've got to work with is just there. This little slot just there. So you've got a guide for the cable as well. I'll clean that out because that was all full of dirt. Right, so there's the derailleur all fixed. Got a new cover on the top. So just snip off the old cable there and put a stop on it. And that'll be that complete. Right, so the next job on this is to replace the bottom bracket bearings. So I can tell by spinning it there's something not right with them, so I'll take it apart and we'll have a closer look. Right, so I removed the old bearings out, and like I said, the non-drive side bearing won't turn. It's seized up. Obviously you can turn it with your hand on the crank arm, you've got extra leverage, but you can't turn it. Now it's out, it won't move. And then you've got the drive side bearing there, which spins nice and freely. So that one was okay, just a non-drive side was seized up. So we've gone ahead and put a couple of new bearings in the cups. I'm just going to go ahead and refit them, press them in, and that'll be the new bearings installed then. Right, so there's the two bearings replaced, the bottom bracket. There's the two old ones that just come out. As you can see, that's another job done. Right, so spot the problem. Right, so before you just tighten up your hanger if it is loose, obviously when you put your axle through, then you won't notice it because the axle's holding it with the back wheel in, so you wouldn't have known it was undone. It's just when the axle's out, then it's all loose and going to fall off. So make sure that you just put your axle back through and just nip it up in place before you go and tighten up your little screw or hex head in this case in there. Then you can tighten that down, snug that down. So if you haven't got the axle in there, if this is undone, for instance, and it's out of the way, then it's all loose like so, as you can see. But if I just tighten that up now, and then go and refit the rear wheel, there's a possibility that you'll be putting the axle through and you think, well, I can't start it won't start again in there. It's not starting clean now, I can't get the back wheel back in. It's just because you've tightened up the little screw there and it's put the threads of the axle just slightly out of line, so when you put it back through your wheel you won't get it started again. Right, so the bottom bracket there was the last thing to do on it, the two bearings in there. Obviously I've run through everything that needed doing on the bike that was faulty or needed replacing. So as you see now, it's looking a lot cleaner than when it come in. As you can see, you can actually see the chain, the new chain. You can actually see the components, they aren't covered in old oil, grease. See, everything's been apart, jockey wheels have been out, new chain, derailleur's been off, totally cleaned, cassette's been off, cleaned, wheel bearings have been out, free hub, new bearings in the free hub, they were already, one of them was already seized up. See, the calipers, they've all been stripped down, brake bleed's been done, sorted out the front derailleur, that's all working now, new cable on that. We've done the rattling shifters, sorted those out, so they're all good now. We checked the front wheel bearings, done those. Had a look at the discs, new pads in the front, obviously brakes have been bled front and rear. So just had a complete check over. It's ready to use again, so hopefully appreciate it a bit more and hopefully try and keep it cleaner now when I hand it back. Hopefully they'll I might be able to teach them something and they're keeping it a bit cleaner, so next time it comes in it won't need so much doing to it. Right, so there's the bike complete behind me. So I just ran through the steps with you on it, just out of interest, just to show you what can be done and what to look out for, etc. So if you found the video helpful, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more cycle related content if you haven't done already, and until the next video, ride safe and I'll see you then.